The blazing sky. Blaze it, baby. Let's go. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan. Today, we've got a juicer for you. We've got blazing skies, and how are we going to be blazing this mighty inferno? Well, we got two things here. We got Atsushi, the blazing sky. Pretty awesome card here. I feel like this is probably the most relevant this card will be. I know it's a little bit awkward. It didn't get a whole lot of hype. I know it kind of seems like a weaker of the 4/4, but I don't know. I like it enough, and let's see what it can do. It's got Flying Trample. Whenever it dies, you're going to be able to choose one. Create 3 treasure tokens and exile the top 2 cards of your library until end of turn. You may play those cards. Now, I think that's really cool because obviously the exile, if it dies on your turn, we're going to be able to make value of that. But other than that, creating 3 treasure tokens is nothing to scoff at. I know that we're an aggro deck, and at first glance, it's like, well, you don't really have anything too crazy here to play with. But I'm telling you, those treasure tokens can come in handy a lot because we have so many ways to equip. We have to pay for the equip spells, we have to pay to reconfigure things, we have to pay for a Cave of the Frost Dragon and the Den of the Bugbear, and then an Angelfire Ignition from the graveyard costs 4. So make no mistake, this is an aggro deck, but there are plenty of things that you have to pay for. So I think those treasure tokens are not dead here. So I wanted to make a little bit of a deck with the Blazing Sky, but enough about that. And we got the Thundering Raiju here. They're gonna be really awesome here. It's got haste. Whenever it attacks, you put 1/1 counter on target creature you control, and it deals X to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control other than Thundering Raiju. So it's going to be able to deal a little bit of extra damage. Obviously, we being an aggro deck, this is really good. And we got a bunch of different ways to make modified creatures. Modified creatures are anything that's equipped and anything that has a counter or an aura. So we've got counters and equipment in this deck. Angelfire Ignition can single-handedly swing matches because of the lifelink. There are certain aggro matchups where the Angelfire Ignition giving you lifelink just gives you that little bit of extra edge where you can out aggro when you go second because of that lifelink. I think if it didn't have lifelink, probably wouldn't be as good. That lifelink really makes this Angelfire Ignition. But other than that, we got Fireblade Charger. Obviously, it's really good whenever it has haste. It just deals extra damage. Really good here. Want to spend some extra time on Kumano faces Kakkazan. This is so good. It deals 1 damage when it first comes out. But if this is just for 1 single mana, this is so good. This is insane. I mean, this card could have been like a Mythic or something. I'm not even kidding you. Turn 2, you're going to get a 1/1 counter on the next creature you place. And then turn 3, and again, yes, this is just for 1 measly mana. This is insane. Exile the Saga, and then you get a 2/2 haste creature that exiles things whenever they die, they just exile instead. You get all of that for 1 mana. Yeah, this card is freaking insane. I can't believe, like, I mean, I knew that it was out there, and when the spoilers hit, and I thought it was like pretty solid, but it is absolutely nuts. Today we got the Rabbit Battery. This is the Duracell Bunny. I don't care what anyone says. That's exactly what I'm thinking when I see this thing. But it's an artifact creature. It gets haste and gives other things 1/1 haste. Pretty cool. Now the Eater of Virtue is something I want to take a little bit of a time on. This is pretty cool. It is a legendary artifact, so I'm only running 2, and it's I think this is the kind of deck that you're going to have to run it in. So this is, obviously it is an artifact, so it does let you have equipment and it lets you modify things. But +2/+0, whenever it dies, or whenever the creature you have it dies, it's going to be able to copy, flying, first strike, double strike, haste, lifelink, indestructible, etc., etc., etc. It's going to be able to copy the thing. So if you put the Eater of Virtue and equip it to a Rabbit Battery, or you put it onto a Lizard Blades, or you put it onto a Thundering Raiju or a Blazing Sky, you're going to be able to give the next creature that you equip with it that ability. So I think the Eater of Virtue has a home here. If you just just equipping it for 1 and +2/+0, that's already like pretty good. For 1 mana, doing an extra 2 damage is pretty good. And then you'll be able to give things double strike, haste, flying, trample, haste. I mean, whatever you want. There's a ton of different things we can do here. Lizard Blades is an absolute insane card. Love the art here. Very, very cool. Double strike, or equip the creature as double strike, and it's a 1/1. But if you get a Kumano out turn 1 into a Lizard Blades, this can be a 2/2 with double strike on turn 2, and that is nothing to scoff at. I promise you that. That is absolutely terrifying. Last but not least, we got the Rip Apart. This is really good. I know it's a sorcery, which kind of sucks, but this is so versatile because it deals 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker, or you can destroy target artifact or enchantment. This is really, really good. I'm telling you, you should be running this. So my god, it's never dead. There's no really pass go control decks that I've really been running into. Everything either runs a creature, obviously, or they run artifact or enchantments. So this card is insane. I would highly recommend running Rip Apart. So many enchantment decks that are going around. If they use Borrowed Time, you can just use this, get back your creature, and yeah, it can do a lot of different things. I love the Rip Apart. I think this is a absolute sleeper card, Rip Apart is. So other than that, this is the Blazing Skies. Let's see if we can take these modified creature and set the sky ablaze. There we go. Let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Luke Chaos, how are we doing here? This is a really rough start. No white sources. That's going to be the biggest issue I see already. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Oh, it's a little rough. It's a little rough, but we are on the draw. Oh, I'm going to kick myself for keeping this later, but I figure whatever we draw, it's kind of hard to brick. And by brick, I mean having something that we can't play. So we'll go ahead and give them a hello here. We'll play our Fireblade Charger, and I'm hoping that we, at the maximum, we just have one dead hand, or dead turn. Shambling Gas, okie dokie here. We do get the Eater of Virtue. The Eater of Virtue is actually something that we can play, so that's good. Let's go ahead and play that down here. Eater of Virtue, and now we can just put this right on the Fireblade Charger. Now, unfortunately, this is not very good for us, so... You know, I guess we're going to have to swing in, so let's go ahead and swing in. I know that this is not... Oh, they actually take it. That's actually wildly surprising. We don't have first strike or anything. I don't know, yeah, that's actually really surprising. Why would they not... Maybe they've got Deadly Dispute, I'm assuming, because that's really surprising that they wouldn't. Yeah, okay, so they got Deadly Dispute. I was like, there's no way. That is the best trade ever for them. Now, unfortunately, Fireblade Charger does not have haste permanently, so the Eater of Virtue is not the best thing to play with this. It is what it is. So let's see what we can get here. Worst case scenario, we just get like another land. So we do get a white source, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and do that. Add this for white. Yeah, Rip Apart's not very good here. Let's go for the Luminarch Aspirant, and we'll be able to apply our Eater of Virtue. We're getting the worst targets for our Eater of Virtue. So we go up to a 4-2, but we don't have... The Fireblade Charger doesn't have anything, and neither does the Aspirant to perpetually give us with the Eater of Virtue. So we are running two of these Eater of Virtues. I don't know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Right now, it's definitely a little lackluster. So Infernal Grasp, that is going to be unfortunate. And the key here with the Eater of Virtue is you're wanting to get value through those added things here. So this is cool. We're going to be able to get into the Blazing Sky. Let's go ahead and do this right now. Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. Blaze it, baby. Let's go. So if this thing can live one turn, we should be okay. It's going to get a little bit rough here because we're kind of in an awkward spot. We don't really want... Because we can't use the Exile the top two, and we can't use the Treasure Tokens. But fortunately, this is going to be really awesome. Now, this is a really good ability to have with the Eater of Virtue. So let's go ahead and put the Eater of Virtue on the Blazing Sky. Yeah, we're just going to do this. So this is going to be a 6-4, and when this dies, we'll actually be able to give something else flying and trample, so that's going to be really awesome. So let's go ahead and go for... Man, these eye twitches are going to be really annoying. They're going to be able to learn a lot, aren't they? Aren't they? I think what I want to do... we could just go for Angelfire Ignition. Okay, let's just go in for Angelfire Ignition. The reason why it's a little bit sketchy is because if they get like a Necrotic Fumes or something, it's going to be a little bit rough, but this is just too much upside to pass up on. Let's go ahead and swing in here. The Eye Twitch are going to be able to double learn, which is not good, but they're going to be able to double learn at some point anyway. If they didn't have the Skullport Merchant, maybe not. Maybe. Because they're going to be able to use like Necrotic Fumes or something. So, okay, they got Deadly Dispute anyway. So, yeah, it was better off just to go for, just for the swing here. I'm assuming they're going to use what, Necrotic Fumes. I would be a surprise if they don't. Which is really bad for us. They actually don't. They have a Containment Breach, which is really surprising. So, let's go ahead and do 8 damage to them. Are they just not running Necrotic Fumes, I wonder? A lot of times they don't like running Necrotic Fumes because it forces them to get rid of, something else. They're going to take away the Eater of Virtue. Yeah, that's not good. They do get a pest out of it too, so that's actually kind of annoying. But we do have another Angelfire Ignition. We can create treasure tokens or dig a little bit deeper into our deck. The treasure tokens are really good for when we have Cave of the Frost Dragon or Den of the Bugbear. And okay, so that's good. They're gonna go ahead and give us a good game. I've played this game long enough to know that this is not over by a long shot, so not gonna play into that right now. We do have lethal. This is lethal. I don't want to play Angelfire Ignition for no reason, so let's go ahead and just swing in here. Because if they have like Infernal Grasp or something, this is, like I said, they can block with the Eye Twitch, but this is still lethal. This actually isn't. This is lethal because we have the Kumano. So what they can do is pop off the Skullport Merchant with this Pest and survive one more turn. But if they do that and they commit to that, we can just use Kumano to deal one more damage. Because right now we're dealing 5 damage if they block with the Eye Twitch, but they can ping off this Pest to survive one more turn. But we also have the Kumano. So they're gonna go ahead and gain 1 life. Okay, no big deal. And like I said, I mean, we're being like overly conservative here because obviously they can still have like an Infernal Grasp. So we'll deal down to 1, and then we're gonna be able to place the Kumano for the 1 last damage to ping them off. Pretty cool. I didn't want to commit to anything because if they did have an Infernal Grasp, we would be able to use the exile the top 2 cards of their library. So we do it for Kumano, and that's gonna be a good game. Pretty gosh darn awesome game there. Yahoo! Remember to subscribe to the channel for more Magic deck videos every single day. Alrighty, here. This is some power. I can already tell this is gonna be a good one. Got a real good feeling about this one. Yeah, the Rapid Battery is just so good. I can't believe this card's an uncommon. It's actually really awesome. It's an artifact creature. This card could have easily been a rare. I don't know. I feel like this card's kind of insane. But let's go and drop the Hippity Hoppity Duracell Battery Bunny. That's what it is. It's a rabbit and a battery. It's just got Duracell all over it. So let's get the Fireblade Charger. Yeah. I'm not gonna play the lizard. We want to play our Lizard Blades, but not before we attack. Let's go ahead and just attack here. Hopefully they block, but you know they might not. Come on, you know you want to block. Oh, I'm so happy they block. Come on, confirm it. Confirm it. They do. Awesome. That is awesome. So we're just going to take 1 damage to our face, and that's not that big a deal to me at all. We're going to drop this beautiful Lizard Blades. Love this art. I just love this card. This is so good. So we dropped the Lizard Blades. If we would have dropped the Lizard Blades, obviously the Fireblade Charger would have been able to kill us. And now if they don't have any sort of removal, they just have the Kargan Intimidator. This is so good for us. We're going to drop the Sundown Pass and just get Angelfire Ignition with Lizard Blades. Angelfire Ignition with Lizard Blades? Oh, it's so gross. Look at this thing. It's got Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, Haste, and Double Strike. Wow. Oh my goodness. So we're just gonna trample right over this thing, kill it. We're gonna survive, deal some more damage, and we have 25 to 14 life now. Absolutely bonkers. Unfortunately, they've got Kami's Flare here. We'll go ahead and go down, but you know, hey, nothing good lasts forever. It is what it is. We're just gonna go and drop the Seat of the Empire. Don't want to waste any more time with this. And we're actually just gonna drop 2 Lizard Blades. We can go for Fireblade Charger. We can actually drop the Fireblade Charger and equip it and give it haste, but not before we get another Angelfire Ignition. So they're just gonna go for Kami's Flare on another one. That's not too bad here. We've got another Angelfire Ignition. So now we can play this and then go with the Fireblade Charger. So Angelfire Ignition on our Lizard Blade. 3-3. Oh my goodness, it's just ridiculous. Let's go ahead and swing in first. Drop them down to 8. Drop the Fireblade Charger, and things are looking pretty good now. Things are looking pretty good at this point. Angelfire Ignition is going to be able to pump up the Fireblade Charger. Chandra just to kill. That is not going to cut it.
This little candle's gonna set your world on fire.
It better. I don't know. You got 2 mana to play with here.
You're looking a little singed.
Another singe. So Kami's Flare. I actually don't really love this card that much. So what can we do here? We can go for Lizard Blades, but I kind of would just prefer going Angelfire Ignition. Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We could, what? No, we're just going to swing in here. Kami's Flare is actually a pretty good card. We're not running it because we already have enough hate, and we're already pretty aggro as it is, so I do prefer the Rip Apart. Chandra's going to exile something. Ooh, the Kumano's...
So I'm a little hot-headed. So what?
I'm a little hot-headed too. I wish I had a Chandra out, but I don't really want to pay 3. Chandra's good when you're on offense, not when you're on defense necessarily. So they've got 5 life. That's it. We're just too fast. Fireblade, baby. Let's get it. 40 assists. So let's get it going. This is a pretty good hand here. Pretty good hand. We do have 2 Sundown Pass, which kind of sucks because we won't be able to have a turn 2. But as of right now, we don't have anything to play for turn 2. So hey, it is what it is. We'll go play the Duracell battery. Swing on in. This is going to come in tapped. We do get the, ooh, the Blazing Sky. That's a really, really beautiful card. Absolutely love the Blazing Sky. So let's go ahead and play rabbit number 2. We got Duracell all day long. We can hop all day long. You can't tell me this isn't the Duracell battery bunny. Don't care. I know it's not, I know it's red, not pink, but whatever. Luminarch Aspirant. Okie dokie here. So if they're going to go up to a 2-2, you get Den of the Bugbear. Den of the Bugbear would have been nice. That would have been nice. Not good, not good. If we go for Sundown Pass, we're kind of risking not being able to play our turn 4, but we'll go ahead and do it. It didn't feel great, but we'll be able to use Angelfire Ignition on one of our little rabbits here. We'll swing in here, and we'll take them down to 14, but now here's where it's going to get a little bit sketchy. Because now we are sitting with a Den of the Bugbear, which comes in tapped. Okay, so to go for Elite Spellbinder, fortunately, we do have 2 4-drops, so let's see if they want to take the Blazing Sky or the Raiju. I genuinely don't know which one they'll take. I would assume they take the Blazing Sky. I think the Blazing... Oh, they don't. They actually take the Raiju? Okay. That's fine. Let's see what they want to put on to the Aspirant. Are they going to put it on the battery? So they are. And, okay, whoo! Thank goodness we get into a Crucible of Defiance. This way we can at least... Well, let's just go ahead and drop this. We're definitely dropping this no matter what. So do we want to go for Angelfire Ignition or do we want to go for the Blazing Sky? I kind of want to go for the Blazing Sky. I think the Blazing Sky is the best move here. I know we won't be able to get out our Angelfire Ignition that way, but this is the best move. And we're going to go and swing with our battery. If they want to trade with the Aspirant or the Spellbinder, I think that's a fate we can live with. That's definitely a fate we can live with, because obviously the Aspirant going away is beautiful, but if they're going to clear the path for the Spellbinder, I know it says trample anyway, but I'm actually pretty pleased with that. So the Blazing Sky is really good here because A, we've got Angelfire Ignition, Thundering Raiju, which costs 6 now, and a Den of the Bugbear to swing in, so we can make use of these 3 treasure tokens, or if it dies on our turn, we can just exile things and then just grab more value out of our graveyard. So to guard a Champion of Light, that's going to be a little bit annoying. But they are tapped out now, so we're going to go ahead and use Angelfire Ignition. And we're going to be able to stomp right over this thing. So, ooh, that's actually close. We're going to take that. We're not in any sort of harm's way here. So we got some life to give up. That is fine. That is fine with me. We get a Cave of the Frost Dragon. At this point, I mean, obviously we're just going to go for Angelfire Ignition right on our Blazing Sky here. 6/6, and I guess we'll go for the Den of the Bugbear. This thing can also fly, so if they block here, if they chump block, we'll play Cave of the Frost Dragon. If they don't, we'll play Den of the Bugbear. How's about that? So let's swing in here. This thing's got vision. Okay, it's got everything. It's got just everything. So they don't swing in. I guess we'll just go for Den of the Bugbear. It's Cave. No, let's go for Cave of the Frost Dragon. I think we. Let's go for Cave of the Frost Dragon. I think that because it can fly, it's a little bit better here. The Den of the Bugbear can be able to be played next turn, though, so it's a little bit close. Brutal Cathar, oh, that's the worst card in history. It's the worst card in history that we could have been played against. Oh, no. How terrible. Oh, that is so bad. I can't even get over how bad that is. Did you have to be careful? Does this have lifelink? No, nothing has lifelink, though. That is going to be the biggest teller of this. So if we get another land... So they are aware to... Okay, so no, they're not. They're not awake to that possibility. Okay, they do get to, what, refuel their hand because they've got 3 different creatures with different powers now. Ouch. And they do get Halana and Elena. That's a lot of power on the back end, isn't it? I guess we'll just say no. Like drugs, just hashtag say no. Ouch, ouch. We're going to need a rip apart or something. We do get another Blazing Sky. Okay. I guess, yeah, I mean, we don't have any choice. We have to go for Blazing Sky here. And we can go ahead and give it case with the battery now. But this is a little bit sketchy here because they have... Do they have trample on the back end? I think they do, or lethal. They just have lethal on the back end. So, oh, what a travesty. We actually should not have reconfigured. Oh my gosh, because then we have another blocker. So, oh my god, Halana and Elena comes out. This is a nightmare. That's not good. That's not good. They're gonna obviously probably go wide here. We miss out on an extra blocker. Oh god. They're just gonna swing with a 10-10. That is interesting. I was gonna say you better swing in with everything. I don't know what you're doing here. They're just gonna swing in with the 10-10. Why? I mean, that's not... I don't understand. They swing out with everything. I can't block everything. That would be lethal. So, I'm just gonna take this. I understand this still has reach, but you're still giving me a chance to win? Okay. I mean, they missed lethal. We're probably still gonna lose anyway, which really sucks. But we got Rip Apart now. We can rip apart the Halana and Elena. Thundering Raiju. I think that's a good game anyway. But let's go ahead and at least try to swing in. We at least have to try to do something. Cable Frost Dragon and all that is not going to be able to get it done. And this actually kind of sucks that we die because, or they just die, and that's it. So they just block us out here. We can use Rip Apart on the Brutal Cathar. So let's go ahead and do that. Deal 3 damage to the Brutal Cathar. We'll get our Blazing Sky back, and we're going to actually keep this one because this one can, this has Trample as well, so that's not good. But we'll go ahead and keep this Blazing Sky. And we can create, what, 3 treasure tokens? To place... No, that's not going to be good. We're just going to have to exile 2 more cards and just pray that we get something good. Because this has Trample. Yeah, that's not going to be good enough. Let's go ahead and exile the 2 cards. We got a Rip Apart and a Mountain. I don't think that's going to be enough. Yeah, we can do 1 more Rip Apart. This is an artifact creature, is it? No, I'm just kidding. Definitely did not. So we can just go for Hopeful Initiative, and yeah, this thing's got Trample. Oh, that's such a bummer. That's such a bummer. If this thing didn't have Trample, we could definitely be in it, but that is going to be a good game. Halana and Elena. Maybe they take pity on us. They don't swing, but no, that's going to be a good game. Dang, I feel like we probably need some sort of Fateful Absence in this deck or something. Yeah, that's GG's. Good game there. Dang. Bathron, how we doing here? How we doing? It's a pretty good hand. Pretty good hand. Won't be able to get out this escort on turn 1 unless we draw a plains, and we do not. So it's kind of gets a little dicey here. How do we want to set this up? We could go into the Rabbit Battery if we want to, but that means we won't be able to get into Aspirant turn 2. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go ahead and drop the Mountain, and we'll go for the Rabbit, and we'll just swing on in here. And turn 2, we're setting up. We're going to be able to play the Lizard Blades, but, you know, the Aspirants, I don't know what's better, the Aspirants or the Lizard Blades? Probably better just to go Lizard Blades anyway, because then just buff it up, so as double strike, and we'll be actually able to swing in for 2/2 next turn. Targnor, okay, so immediately I know that this is the new Bard class deck going around. This is what, Bard class, and then they've got, usually they play like the Mystery Box, Mirror Box. I keep calling it the Mystery Box for some reason, so... Okay, let's go ahead and drop this. We're just nothing too fancy here. We're gonna drop this and let's just go straight for the Lizard Blades. Really nothing. Not gonna swing it or anything. No bluffs. No nothing like that. We do have the Rip Apart. The Rip Apart's actually gonna be really awesome here. I cannot say enough good things about the Rip Apart. Deal 3 damage to target creature, or you just destroy an artifact or enchantment. I mean, it is just so good of a card because obviously it deals 3 damage to a creature. That's amazing. And there's just so many enchantments and artifacts in this format right now with Kamigawa that you're gonna need it. So let's see what our opponent wants to do. They're being a little bit slow here. We might have to give them a friendly hello. Oh, they actually missed their land drop here. Okay. R.I.P. That's a little rough there. So I guess we'll just go for the Aspirant here, and then. Yeah, we'll go for Aspirant. I guess it's a little awkward still because we need a little bit more white mana, but we can go ahead and make what, the Lizard Blades? Yeah, let's just go ahead and give the Lizard Blades a 1/1. If they've got something, they're going to use it now, but it's really no big deal. So 2/2, and then the Aspirant will be able to kick this up to a 3/3. So haste, double strike. The haste obviously does not matter right about now, but it's okay. Just going to go ahead and swing on in. Nothing fancy here. Let's go do some damage. And they actually are just going to chump block with the Null here. Okay. Okie dokie. Do they have some sort of, So they have another besides you. Okay, that is interesting. Well, at least we get a land for our troubles here. So, okay. So, I mean, that's fine-ish, I guess. We'll just go ahead and play out the escort now that we've been waiting to play. That's interesting, though. I mean, I saw the besides you. I'm like, well, usually they run 2. Obviously, they should run 2, but wasn't expecting another one, so interesting. Interesting. So let's see what they want to do now. They're going to swing in here. I'm just going to let this go. I don't really care. We're going to be able to do a lot more damage on the back end. So we got Bergie, gotta start. This is definitely the Bard class deck, 110%. Okay. Okay, what do we want to do here? We could just pop this with the Rip Apart. And then go for Kumano to kind of get this going. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this. Let's go ahead and just deal 3 damage. I don't want them to start adding a bunch of mana and getting crazy here, so go ahead and just pop Bergie here. Yep, nothing too fancy, sorcery speed. We can drop another Lizard Blades, but we can't give it haste or anything, so I guess we'll go with Kumano. This way we'll at least be able to get Thundering Raiju out with a little bit of power, so we'll use the Rabid Battery. I guess we'll go tall here. We'll place it on the Aspirant here, and then we'll give the Aspirant 3/3 so that we can use the Escort to protect itself. Down to 14. Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn there. So the Kumano for the stage 2 will be able to get another 1/1 counter on the Raiju. Let's see what they got. We want to drop like the mirror box. We already burnt up our Rip Apart, so if they drop like Bard class or something, might get a little rough, but I don't know. Goru, Disciple of Ryusai. Okay. Gotta love this card. They don't have enough red to give everything haste or do anything else, so just gonna go ahead and sit there. Okay, pretty cool. We do get another Kumano. I think we're just gonna go with the Thundering Raiju. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop this. Thundering Raiju is gonna come in with a 1/1 counter on it, so it's gonna be up to a 4/4. And then when I swing in with the Raiju here, I'm actually going to give well, the Aspirant, I'm gonna give a 4/4 here, so that they have to double block. And then let's go ahead and swing in here. We could give it to Escort to deal an extra damage, but I'm not too worried about the damage right now. We'll go ahead and just give it to the Aspirant. Sure. So we will be able to get 1 extra damage with the Thundering Raiju. That 1 extra damage does come in handy, quite a bit. But now here's the thing though, if they want to commit to double blocking the Goru and the Targnar versus the Raiju, we just have the Escort. And the Escort, because we are modified with a 1/1 creature, or a 1/1 power counter, there we go. The Escort's gonna be able to just give it indestructible and lifelink. So yeah, are they just gonna chump block or are they gonna commit to the double block? They are gonna commit to the double block, and we're absolutely going to save our beautiful Raiju. Let's go ahead and pop this off. And we'll get a little bit of life back, but not really concerned about the life. But it's a nice little zesty pepper, and they quit. But all right, good game. No affirmation. How we doing here? We've got a Den of the Bugbear and a Cave of the Frost Dragon. Pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and drop the Den of the Bugbear. Get our hippity hoppity Duracell battery bunny out here. We'll be able to swing right in. Boom, boom, boom. So you can already see it. I mean, this deck is so aggro. If you go first, I mean, it's very, very good. So Needleverge Pathway. Let's go ahead and drop our Cave of the Frost Dragon. That is obviously our best move. Let's go with the Luminarch Aspirant. We can give it to the battery. Yeah, I think we're just going to give it to the battery. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the battery. The only reason why I'm a little bit hesitant is you could actually give it to the Aspirant, and when you give the, you could reconfigure the battery into something else, but we curve out just fine, so there's really no reason to do that. We can just go ahead and rip apart this thing, just go straight for the kill right away. Don't think that's the best way to do it. Let's just go for the Angelfire Ignition on our Aspirants, and then we'll be able to, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Right on the Aspirants, and then we'll go wide here so that they can't comfortably block with either one. Pretty good here. So we can take them down to 11, 3 life, and we can also use Angelfire Ignition again, or we can go for Rip Apart. So the Righteous Valkyrie is kind of annoying. Let's see what they want to do. They want to put it on the Valkyrie or the Aspirant. Ooh, that's a mistake. See, that is a mistake. They're going to swing in here. That is a very big mistake here. They're just going to take us down to 20, but that is not the proper move here. Because we're going to be able to drop this for, let's just go for white. Yeah, white's fine here. We've got 2 red, 2 white sources now. And we've got just enough for another Angelfire Ignition. And this is just going to be very strong here. So let's drop this on the Aspirant. Sure, that's fine. And then we're gonna be able to put this on the Rabbit battery, the Duracell battery, and we're gonna swing in both here. And they can't comfortably block, so I don't agree with them swinging in with the Aspirant. They could have at least 2-for-1'd us this way. So now they're just kind of sitting here. I mean, there's no way that the Righteous Valkyrie is going to be able to get into the 27 life that's needed. So that, I mean, I don't think they're going to chump block either, so they're probably just going to take this 9 damage. They're going to take the 9 damage and go down to 2, so 25 to 2. I'm trying to think what they could have here. They could have like a meat hook or something. So they're just going to go for, they're going for a Retribution. They're going to create a 4-4, and they are going to gain life from that 4-4. So they do have a little bit of life left in the tank. Let's see what they want to do. They're going to put a 1-1 counter. I wonder what they're going to put it on the Valkyrie this time. Okay, so... how do we want to play this? How do we want to play this? Let's play this down for red. We've also got a Den of the Bugbear. Hold on. If we make Den of the Bugbear, triple block, no, it's not going to work either. We could just go for Rip Apart. We could rip apart the Aspirant, right? We go for Luminarch Veteran, rip apart, and a Fireblade Charger. Let's go ahead and give him a thinking here. Pop the Aspirant. Battery goes up to 5-5. They're gonna have to chump block with at least 1. We can also pop this thing until end of turn. Less than, so that's not going to be too relevant. So let's go ahead and just use this. Deal 3 damage to the Aspirant. Pop this. We'll get a Luminarch Aspirant and a Fireblade Charger. And put a 1-1 counter on the battery. Sure, sure. And this one's also going to be onto... yeah, sure, the Aspirant. Why not? And we're going to swing in with both. They can 2-for-1 here. That leaves them a little bit strapped. So let's go for this. They're gonna 2-for-1, and we're definitely gonna get rid of the Righteous Valkyrie, and they take it. That's actually kind of close. I don't know. Maybe okay, good game. So we're back at the Hideout with the post game. I definitely want to say this deck was a very fun deck to play. I absolutely love how it played out. It plays out very well. The only being, you know, I always like to be my own biggest critique here. So what I would say is what it probably needs is some sort of spot removal that's not Rip Apart. Rip Apart's great, don't get me wrong. Still stand by Rip Apart despite it being a sorcery. I think it needs like a Faithful Absence or something that can just pop a creature no matter what. Because sometimes when you're playing aggro and they get too tall, not wide, but they get too tall, it's a little bit hard because we don't have that spot removal to get rid of something. So if they've got like a 10-10 with haste or something, or trample rather, we can't really do anything about it because it's just too tall. It just got there too fast. So we don't really have anything to deal with that. So I don't know what I would replace. Maybe a Rip Apart. Maybe if you're not feeling the Eater of Virtue, toss away the Eater of Virtue and get some more Faithful Absence in there, because that definitely can be a problem, unfortunately. But other than that, I think this deck is pretty good. Go ahead and tinker with it. Go ahead and leave me a like. The button looks just like this. It helps out the channel tremendously. So if you're enjoying the content, please remember to leave a like. Go and subscribe, comment, tell me how ugly I am in the comments. Just do something, so that it all helps out a lot, and I appreciate all of you. But until the next time, I'll see you on the next episode. ManaMan out.